Hey guys, we're Rebecca
and Jesse
with Modern Vintage Events.
And this is Planning in Prosecco.
It's like rain on your wedding day. No, it isn't really ironic, but it does happen.
And it does stink. But it's not the end of the world. You just need to be prepared.
If you have any sort of outdoor component for your wedding, whether that be ceremony, cocktail hour, or reception, it's best to come up with a rain plan. You will save yourself a lot of stress if you know there is a plan in place.
Some venues may have the ability to simply switch places for a ceremony and move it to an indoor location. This could mean hiding all the reception tables behind a curtain or a temporary wall, setting up the ceremony, and then flipping or changing the space for the reception. If this is the case, then you will need to plan extra time and help between the ceremony and reception to allow for moving the tables into place. Talk to your venue to see if they have the staff to do this.
For some, an indoor option may not be available, or it may not be large enough to accommodate all of your guests. If this is the case, you will most likely need to reserve a tent. That could be used for the ceremony, reception, or both. Tents can't be added on when you check the 10-day forecast, but it must be reserved weeks or months in advance.
When you reserve a tent, you have to pay a deposit of half the rental fee, regardless of whether you use it or not. Rental companies don't do this so they can get more money out of you. They do this to make sure the tent is yours, and they plan for the manpower it requires to put it up. The rental companies also know the permits and requirements needed by the fire marshal and will take care of that for you.
If your wedding is in rainy season in your area, it's probably best to reserve a tent. If you wait until you see it's going to rain, it might be too late to get the proper permits needed, and there might not be labor available to put the tent up for you.
Talk to your wedding planner or venue about the rain options that you are comfortable with, and try to be open and flexible. Sometimes the call to switch to a rain plan can wait until the last minute, and sometimes it needs to be made days in advance or the morning of the wedding to ensure everything can get set up in time.
If it looks like the front will pass through, you can consider pushing your ceremony back a little bit to wait for the rain to pass, and then wipe the chairs down with ShamWows. Make sure you have considered a dry place for your guests to go in the meantime if you go this route.
The most important thing to remember is that at the end of the day, even a rainy day, you will be married and celebrating with your friends and family.
If this was helpful, please like it and share it with your friends.
Subscribe to our channel by clicking here for more wedding planning tips.
You can also read more on our blog at modernvintageevents.com.
Join us again soon for the next installment of Planning in Prosecco. Until then,
happy planning!